Time for Jacket Talk Overtime on LEB TV. It's brought to you today by Mercy, Ginger's Wellness, and by Mid-Missouri Bank. Kevin Stubblefield, we're in downtown Lebanon at Buzzcuts. Lunch provided by Mel's on Madison, and watch for a special discount with Mel's this week right here on LEB TV. Tennis is today's subject. We'll be back with a show in just a moment on LEB TV.
My name is Jaysha Connor, owner and nurse practitioner here at Ginger Wellness. I believe that sometimes healthcare does too much, and I believe that's where wellness centers can really bridge that gap and really give people some confidence in natural ways, healthier ways, to really improve quality of life and to get healthy.
We want to feel better and live better lives. It's not about quantity, it's a lot about quality of your life.
Ginger Wellness is where I went to get my quality of life back.
We are back at the Buzzcuts on LEB TV. It is Jacket Talk Overtime and joined by Lebanon tennis coach Ron Crowell after the fall tennis season concluded. Let's kind of go back to the front end and how did things start for you back in the month of August?
Well, we started at Joplin, and we played a tournament over there, and it's a really good tournament. We stayed overnight, and we got 6 matches in that day, and got to play a lot of tennis. And it was actually good for Olivia because she got to play at least 2 state qualifiers. And it was really good. It was a great way to start the season. We're a little bit inexperienced at the varsity level, and those kids got some great experience, and it really carried over into the next week. And so it was really good for us. It was a great way to start the season.
Mm-hmm. Numbers-wise, where were you at on your squad size this year?
We had 25 out this year, so we had a really good group, really good numbers, and just a fantastic group of kids. They were awesome. Matter of fact, we had our tennis banquet last night, and it was nice to be able to celebrate, just great kids, but also a great season, and we had a lot of fun.
Of the 25, most of those carryovers from previous seasons?
A lot of them, yep. And we did have some newcomers. Probably the biggest one was Lily Bradbury. She came on and didn't know how she was going to do, just getting started, and she kind of came out of nowhere, but ended up at our number 6 spot and had a winning record in singles and doubles. So we did have some new kids that came in and joined the program, and they did a fantastic job.
Ron, were you aware of her capabilities in the sport of tennis?
No, no, it really wasn't. She played a little bit during the summer, so got to see her then, and just kept encouraging her to come out and play. Didn't know where she was going to end up. I knew she was a really good athlete, and kind of the whole season, it was kind of like, she didn't really know what she was doing. She was figuring it out as she went, and just did a great job. A lot of it was just effort. She's a great competitor, and she just hustled and just did a great job. And she just got better and better as the season went on, and really helped our team quite a bit.
Is tennis kind of a sport where if you have a good athlete, they can kind of pick up the nuances and the fundamentals of that and really take it into competition pretty quickly?
Yeah, it depends. I've seen really good athletes. If they have good hand-eye coordination and they're athletic, sometimes they can pick it up a little bit quicker than some others. And we've had some good athletes, but they didn't have great hand-eye coordination and they struggled. So it can go both ways. But Lily, she had it. We had some others that stepped in, and and they played extremely well, and so that was encouraging to see. So being a good athlete certainly helps, and then it definitely helped her out.
How did the season turn out in the end compared to what your expectations were going forward when you first started?
Okay, well, kind of our theme, and we kind of talked about it last night at the banquet. I really felt like we exceeded expectations. We graduated, our last 2 years, we had pretty strong teams, and we graduated 5 out of our top 6. Olivia was our only one coming back. And so I didn't know what to expect as far as wins and losses, and we talked about it before the season started. One of our goals was to have a winning season. I got to be honest, I didn't know if that was going to be possible, with the inexperience that we had. And so when I say our theme was we exceeded expectations, I really feel like we did. We ended up 13-15 on the season. We were really close to getting that winning season. A couple matches, close matches go our way. We were right there and in a position to do it. So I was super, super proud of the kids. We had kids make a big jump from JV all the way up to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And they just did a fantastic job, and it was a lot of fun watching them get better, and that's what made things a lot of fun. One, they're great kids. They competed, and like I said, they truly exceeded expectations, and we had a really, really good year. I was really proud of them.
Did your singles position stay pretty constant all the way through the season, or was there some variations there?
They really did. We had maybe just a little bit of change at the bottom of the lineup. I mean, Lily started and kind of moved her way up and things like that. For the most part, though, our singles lineup stayed pretty solid pretty much the whole way.
What was it like for tennis going into the Central Ozark Conference compared to the Ozark Conference? Any big change in your mind?
Just a little bit. The conference tournament was a little bit different, but it was a lot of the same schools. Okay, so we still, like, we ended up playing Glendale, we ended up playing Central, some of the schools we've seen in the Ozark Conference. Our first match was with Ozark, and we played them regular season, and then we played them in the conference tournament. So it was a little bit different. We also played at Gillen Waters as opposed to Cooper Tennis Complex. Other than that, it wasn't a huge change because the format was the same. So the teams were a little bit different. But other than that, everything stayed pretty much the same. Our regular season schedule really didn't change a whole lot. I know it does for a lot of the other sports, but because we play a conference tournament, that we weren't required to play everybody in the conference. So, and we have a lot of them on the schedule already. So our schedule really didn't change a whole lot. Like I said, the big one was, instead of going to Jeff City, we went to the Joplin tournament early in the season. So it wasn't a big change for us, but we did see some different teams in the conference tournament.
Take us through your singles positions. Let's get those players identified and what kind of season they had.
Okay. Well, obviously start off with Olivia, and she had a fantastic year. She's tied for second in the state for wins right now, which is pretty awesome. Our number 2 was Opal Antozeski, and she did just a fantastic job. And just battled and really solidified us. Her and Olivia played number 1 doubles and did a great job. Our number 3 was Adeline Coriel, and she was fantastic. She had some huge wins for us, and just some wins where she won for the only reason she won is because she wanted it more. I mean, just really fought and just did a great job. Hope Cox played number 4. She ended up 12-12 in singles this year, so she had a 500 record, which is hard to do. If you're a JV player and you're moving up to varsity, it's hard that first year to have a winning season, and so for her to be able to do that was a big deal, and that was a big help. Number 5, we had Aaliyah James, and she's another one. She's made huge strides from last year, and she teamed up with Lily to go 15-10 in doubles. Just did a fantastic job for us, and had some huge wins in singles as well. And then obviously Lily, she was 15-9 in singles and 15-10 in doubles, and really solidified us at the bottom of the order, and just did a great job.
Mm-hmm. How about your doubles pairs?
Right. Well, we had Olivia and Opal played together, and they had, I want to say they were 10-3, I think, on the season. And then we had Hope and Adeline. They played together, did a great job, and they've been playing together for a long time. So it was nice to be able to have that chemistry. And then we had Aaliyah and Lily played at the bottom of the order for us. And like I said, they did a great job. They were, I think, 15-9 in doubles. So did a great job for us.
Kind of a unique fall season. The weather didn't really interrupt much, did it?
It really didn't. And, I was very thankful. As windy as it's been the last few days, I was just so thankful we didn't have that at the state tournament. But yeah, weather was really good to us. I think we had one day, we played 2 matches, and it was kind of mild, got hot on us. And that day was kind of tough. But other than that, the weather was great.
Back to the Central Ozark Conference, where did Lebanon finish in that mix?
We ended up finishing 7th out of 8 teams. Okay. But we actually competed pretty well. Okay. We lost to Ozark. We beat Waynesville in our second match. And then we played Glendale, who had beat us earlier in the season. We lost to them 5-4, and we competed and legitimately had a chance to win. And we couldn't have said that early in the season. And so those kids improved. And then we finished our last match. We played Central, and had a chance to beat them as well, and they had also beat us earlier in the season, and we competed very well with everybody, and so even though we didn't get the results necessarily, I was super proud of them because they competed extremely well and did really well against teams that had beat us early in the season. So I was really happy with what they did at the conference tournament. Matter of fact, I thought that was probably our best tournament of the season.
Overall, with area tennis, how strong of a season was it in your estimation?
I think my personal opinion is I felt like after COVID, I thought tennis dropped down a little bit, and now I think it's coming back up. I think tennis is very strong right now. Mm-hmm. So I really do. It's getting better and better. I mean, just not on the girls' side in the fall, but the boys in the spring. It's getting stronger every year.
How many years now for you as a head tennis coach at Lebanon?
20.
I think this is calculator to jot it down.
I think it's 20. I started in 2004. Okay. Yeah. So I've been doing it for a while. So that's one thing. You know, we talk about Olivia and we talk about this at the banquet, and I talk about, like, you know, you coach long enough. There's matches that you're going to remember. And, you know, Friday night I watched a match, and it was probably one of the best high school tennis matches I've ever watched. It was 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Oh, my.
It was getting dark on us, playing under the lights. It was getting cold, and she just battled. And I was just so proud of her because, you know, she did it at the most crucial time in the entire season, and she did it on the state's biggest stage. And she lost the first set 3-6, and I can remember telling her, you know, after the set was over, I'm like, you're playing well. You're right there, okay? Just stay with what you're doing. She gets up 4-1 in the second set, and I think she ended up getting to 5-3, lost a couple set points, okay? And that was tough, you know, and it ends up going 5-5. It goes tiebreaker. So 6-6, play a tiebreaker. The tiebreaker goes 8-6. I mean, you're talking a couple points one way or another. And she pulled that tiebreaker out, and that was cool. I mean, that was just mental toughness. And, I mean, she just fought. And then when you split sets, then you go to a 10-point tiebreaker. And, you know, we get into the 10-point tiebreaker, and she got down 5-7 and playing to 10. And they changed over, and I told her, I said, you know, you go win this match, I'm going to buy you the biggest milkshake on the planet. And she won the next 5 points. And it was awesome. The girl that she played was actually the number 1 seed in our district. So they have actually played before. And they did play in the district championship. Olivia was not 100%, and we ended up having to default. So we didn't get to finish that match. But we even talked about after that match that I know you can beat her. And saying that, I didn't know we were going to play again. Okay. But we did. And she did a nice job. And it was awesome. It's one of the matches, you know, it's one of the matches when I'm retired and doing whatever I'm doing, you know, I'll remember that for a long time because it was pretty awesome.
You happy where the program is now, and are you enthusiastic about the future?
Oh, very much so. You know, I mean, the group we got coming back, I mean, they're outstanding. And, you know, the difference will be now we have some varsity experience coming back. Yeah, we're going to lose our top 2. And, you know, those, Olivia and Opal are going to be very hard to replace. But, man, the kids we got coming back, one, they work hard. They've got great attitudes. They're super coachable. And so I'm very, very excited about the future. We got a great freshman class. We have kids already working to get better and to get ready for next season. So, I mean, I couldn't be happier with where we're at. I think the boys have a great chance, have a great year in the spring. They've got a lot coming back and had a good year last year. So right now I'm feeling really good about where the program's at, and we just want to keep rolling.
You're at the Lebanon Middle School. Is that a good place for you to recruit and kind of assess who's coming up through the ranks?
It does. You know, we do a tennis unit during PE. And haven't done that yet with the kids. We usually do that kind of second semester because we got to do it in the gym because we don't have courts at the middle school. But I just try to do some stuff, get them talking about tennis, and it's really helped because usually once we do that unit, they're like, hey, I kind of like this. And then I just encourage kids. I say, hey, if you like it, even if you think you like it, come down to camp, come to tennis camp in the summer, and get on the court, and then you'll really know if you like it. I just tell kids, hey, just try it. The worst thing that happens, you don't like it. You're not signing the contract. Okay, but a lot of kids, once they get down to the court and give it a good shot, they find out they do like it, and then they end up sticking with it. So I do think I'm in a good spot to kind of recruit kids. And I think it's probably how I got Opal and Olivia. I think I talked to them a lot during middle school. And, of course, Olivia had been coming to camp for a long time. We have pictures of her when she was, not very tall and little tennis racket, and that's where she started, was at tennis camp.
Awesome. Well, folks tuning in might want to know where's Bryson Crowell, and how's Bryson Crowell doing, and is Bryson Crowell still playing tennis?
Bryson right now is doing his student teaching at Mooresville, and he is very excited about that. He's doing PE. He's very excited about he'll graduate in December, and he wants to get into coaching and ultimately teach PE, and we're not quite sure where that's going to end up, because obviously we got to get him graduated first. But he's got some options, so he's really excited about his future. But he's in a great place right now.
And how about older son Aaron?
Okay, Aaron is doing extremely well. He is at the University of Virginia. This is his first year there. He was at South Dakota State as an equipment manager, and now he's at the University of Virginia. So he's at a Power 5 school. I think their last game they just played at Clemson, and that was a neat experience for him, and so he's enjoying being in the ACC. But he's assistant equipment manager, and he's doing extremely well. We just wish he was a little closer to being home.
Sure. And if folks aren't aware, he had a little bit of a taste of the NFL, didn't he, a couple of summers ago?
He did. He was an intern at Arizona, and the only thing that slowed that down was right in the middle of COVID. And so they kind of shut down their intern program and didn't do as much, and he wasn't able to stay there as long as he wanted to. But he had a great experience there, and he'd call us every night and said, "Dad, I just held the door open for Kyler Murray," and he was all excited. That was pretty cool. And he's actually out on the field with a lot of those guys. So that was a great experience. So he's doing fantastic.
Super. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Well, Kevin, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Lebanon tennis coach Ron Crowell joining us on Jacket Talk Overtime. Back with more in just a moment.
How much has your bank paid you? We've paid our Kasasa account holders more than $7 million since 2017. Open an account in minutes to get in on the earnings today.
We are back on Jacket Talk Overtime on LEB TV. We're joined by Lebanon senior tennis standout Olivia McGruder, 35-6 on the season, 8th in the state. Congratulations on a fantastic fall.
Thank you.
Well, where did it all start for you when it comes to tennis? What got you interested in the sport, and how did it manifest?
Yeah, so when I was like 5, my grandfather bought me a racket, and I went to coach's little kid tennis camp. But I mean, that's all I did. I didn't really do anything else until I was a freshman, and then I really started actually playing when I was a freshman. So I really haven't been playing for that long.
So your interest and appreciation in the sport kind of grew down through the years?
Yeah.
Senior season, what were the goals that you had established coming in?
I for sure I knew I wanted to medal at state. During the regular season, I was trying to go for an undefeated record, and I was close. I lost 3 of those losses were at state, and then 3 of them were during the regular season. What else? I wanted to win a conference or a district championship as a team. We didn't, but that's okay. We had a lot of new people to varsity, and I think we just had a great year as a team. Coming back when we graduated 5 seniors last year, so our entire varsity graduated besides me. And I think we just had a great season as a team. They exceeded all my expectations of what I thought we'd do.
35 victories, super. Take us through your state tournament experience. Was there a lot of nerves involved for you going into those matches, or did you kind of just take things in stride?
Yeah, I kind of took it in stride. I wasn't really that nervous. Sophomore year when I went to state, I remember I was super nervous. But this year I was kind of just I'm just I'm just going to leave it all out there. That's all that I can do, really. I wasn't that nervous about it, I don't think.
Compare your ability as a tennis player from your freshman season to now. Where did you improve the most, if you can identify that?
Everything. My freshman season, I wasn't even on varsity. I was low JV. So, I mean, everything's improved. I started playing on a club tennis team down at the lake in Camdenton, actually, right after my freshman season. And, I mean, the difference is, unbelievable. Nothing's the same at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are your strengths, do you feel, as a tennis player?
My forehand, probably. and my serve. My serve's gotten a ton better recently, like in the past 6 months. Yeah.
What has Coach Crowell meant to you as a coach and a mentor?
He's meant everything to me. I would not have won that state medal without him on the bench, coaching me along. He was really one of the reasons I started playing tennis my freshman year, because in middle school I played basketball and I did track and cross country, but I didn't do tennis. And some of my friends were joining and I knew Coach and he tried to convince me to join. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll just try it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. It's just a season. And I loved it. I love him. He's great.
Well, it'll be May before you know it. You'll be getting your diploma from Lebanon High School. What's your plans going forward after high school?
Yeah, I'm going to go to college to become a physical therapist.
Still not sure yet where exactly?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What is gravitating you toward that field?
Well, so last year I had a pretty bad ankle injury at the end of the season, and I went to physical therapy for 2 months afterwards, and I really was like, this is what I think I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thanks for visiting, Olivia. Congratulations on a sensational season. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Olivia McGruder with Lebanon Tennis. Ramsey will continue the visit in just a moment here on Jacket Talk Overtime.
We're letting Swino work his magic on the camera. So, and I heard the noise, so that means we're recording.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome back to Jacket Talk Overtime. I'm Ramsey with LEBTV, and we're sitting down with Miss Olivia McGruder. Hi, Olivia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I can promise you this interview will not last as long as that match did last week, but I do want to get into it. So let's start with that right now, because like we talked about earlier, I know nothing about tennis. So you're going to have to coach me, teach me, inform me, all the good things. But you had a match on Friday night that was how long?
It was 2 hours and 46 minutes.
2 hours and 46 minutes. And kind of break us down. Let's break down that match specifically and kind of get into the head of Olivia and what was going on.
Okay, yeah. So I just won against Ray Peck, and then I saw the draw, and I saw that it was a girl from Nixa, Nixa was in our district this year and in our conference. We didn't play him in the conference tournament, but we played him in districts, and it was the district finals match, and I lost the first set 0-6, and then I had to injury default because I have a series of micro tears along my adductor, on the inside of my leg, and so I ended up in injury default at that match. So that was kind of in the back of my head going in, was okay, I got to prove her wrong. She knows. Coach told me, she knows she's just going to kill you. She thinks she's going to kill you. And so I came out, and I lost the first set 3-6. So at the state tournament, you play 2 sets to 6. And then if you split sets, you play a 10-point tiebreaker instead of a third set. Because if we'd played a third set, it'd probably been a 4-hour match. But so I lost the first set 3-6. And I go over to Coach, and he's like, you got this. You can do this. You're right there. And I came out in the second set, and I got up 5-2 in the second set and just couldn't put it away. And so it went to 6-all. Which then meant if you go 6-all, you play a 7-point tiebreaker, and I won that tiebreaker 8-6 because you have to win tiebreakers by 2 points. Okay. And so then we went to the third set tiebreaker, so you go straight into it. You don't have any coaching or really in between it. And I got down 5-7 in that tiebreaker, and I went over to the bench and was talking with Coach, and he was like, "You can do this. Just go do it. You can do it. You've been doing it all match." And I came back and I won the next 5 points to win the third set 10-7, which then moved me to Saturday. Which that meant then I was guaranteed a medal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we knew, you and I discussed last year was shortened, right? Last year was a shortened season, and ultimately the goal was the same last year as it was this year, state championship.
Yeah.
So break it down how it's going and what you're going through mentally during that set or that match to get you to medal round on Saturday. You said Coach is in your corner, hyping you up, giving you the confidence. But from an athlete standpoint, what's it actually what's in your head?
Also going out in the first set, I was really okay, I need to get on top of this match soon, get a big lead, show her, like, get up there quick. And I was getting close. So I lost the first set 3-6, but it was 3-all. And I was having chances to, like, break her serve and stuff. I just really wasn't converting. It was close. It was like we were going to deuce and stuff, which, like, that means it was close. And I just really wasn't converting on the big points. And I was kind of frustrated about that. And I went over to coach in between sets because you get 5 minutes in between sets. And I was talking to him, and he was like, "You're right there. Like, you just need to convert on those bigger points." And so I really came out back in the second set really pumped up, like, okay, I'm taking this over. Like, I'm not losing another set. I'm not losing to you. And I came out, and I got up. It was 4-1, and then it was 5-2. And then when it was...
So you're up 4-1 and up 5-2, or
Like,
you're down?
I was up 4-1, and then I won another game, so it was 5-2.
Okay.
And then I got a couple set points, and I don't know, I kind of freaked myself out, like, oh, this is set point, like, I'm getting ready to win the second set. And I kind of freaked myself out about it, and I didn't convert on him then because I was kind of, like, up in my head about it. And so then when it went 6-all and with the tiebreaker, I was like, okay, I'm not thinking about, like, the impact of this point or anything. I'm just going to go out there and hit the ball. Like, that's what I was thinking. And so then so then I won that tiebreaker. And then when I went into the third set tiebreaker, that was my mindset still, was just hit the ball, play the point, don't worry about the score, or don't worry about, like, the outcome of this match, because I know getting in your head about that stuff doesn't help you at all. It just hinders you. And so then when I won 10-7. It took me a little bit to realize it because I wasn't thinking about, like, oh, this is a point that's going to get me a medal. So it kind of took me a second to realize. Like, I looked over at coach, and then he was, like, cheering for me, and that was when it kind of hit me, like, oh, like, I just won.
Yeah. So that had to be, at that point, was that kind of a pinnacle of your tennis career? Like, because again, we talk about your junior season didn't quite get to go as far as you want. Injury derailed you in that regard. So can you tell me, like, I want to get into the mind of the athlete. Like, what experiences had you had leading up to that, like, you think was kind of the catalyst to help get you over that? Do you have anything that, anything that you went through, you just started your freshman year, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have this traditional story of, you mentioned that you'd been to a couple of Coach Crowell's, like, clinics or that sort of thing, but you weren't on the team until your freshman year, and you weren't playing competitively, right?
Right.
And so just kind of give me something that you can look back on that kind of helped you.
Like mental toughness aspect,
Yeah.
Well, the first match of this season, actually, I got down 1-4 at. No, it was at the first tournament in Joplin. It wasn't the first match, but we were playing Platte County. I was playing a girl named Maggie McBratney. And I got down 1-4, actually, in the first set. Because we only played one set at this tournament, though, and we were playing to 8, though. And I got down 1-4, and I was just doing bad. I was, like, hitting the ball. I was over hitting the ball, so, like, I was just hitting it too hard and it was going out. And that was a good one to, like, come back, because then I won the next 7 games in a row. So that was a nice one to be like, okay, yeah, even if I get down, like, I can come back. Like, I'm mentally tough enough to get back through this. And because I feel like a lot of people would have been like, oh, I'm down 1-4, like, she's going to beat me. Like, yeah, we're done.
Like, mail it
but
in.
I had coach in my corner telling me, like, this is what you need to do. This is the plays you need to make. And it worked for me.
Well, that's pretty cool. So we've got a little bit of the mental side of being an athlete. We know that you overcame some adversity. That's been a story with a lot of the athletes and band members and students that we've talked to. A lot of adversity, a lot of things happen. Talk to us just about what it's like being on the tennis team. No one, the tennis team doesn't get spotlighted a lot. It's kind of happening over in the corner, and right. Unfortunately, we don't get a chance. So talk to us about the team, the teammates, like, what that meant to you.
Yeah, I think our team is great. Like, I love our team. We have a ton of fun. We'll probably laugh about as much as any team at the high school does. So the team that we had last year are probably some of my, like, best, like, lifelong friends. Like, I still talk to them almost every day, like, in college still. And I still talk to, I don't know. Can you cut this part out?
Well, that's fine. We can cut this out. So let's switch gears again, because you did mention before this. You mentioned that you were your sophomore year. You were really close with a lot of those seniors, right? And
Yeah.
they kind of helped pave the way and give you some tools and experience and helped kind of propel you into your upperclassmen years, junior and senior year. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so my sophomore year, I actually jumped from like mid JV up to number one, which was a pretty big jump because the competition level, like your number ones on your teams are normally pretty dang good. And so that was really big. And so I ended up, I played doubles with a girl named Destiny Stokes, who then we were doubles partners again my junior year. And she really helped me out because that was both of our first year on varsity together. And so we got to do a ton of like learning and growing together. And I think that was great for like my development as a player.
Gotcha. Give me your most favorite, best, fondest, coolest tennis memory.
Well, I mean, winning that match was pretty good.
Right.
Qualifying for state my sophomore year was really big. It was in Lebanon. We had played districts in Lebanon that year, and the girl so I got second that year in districts, and the girl that got first was a girl named Sarah Wilde from Cap City, and we actually played the same club team down in Camdenton together, and so that was a really big moment because I was able to celebrate with like her, and then also I became like the first girl from Lebanon to qualify in like 40 years or something, so that was a really big moment too.
That's pretty awesome. Tell me a little bit about the camaraderie with tennis and other sports, or there's a boys tennis team too. Do you guys kind of collaborate, meet, play together, or is there a bond in that regard?
Well, so it's kind of a little different for me because my brother also plays tennis, and he's two. Well, he was two last year on the boys team, and he went to state too with his doubles partner Ethan. And so, I mean, me and him go out and hit all the time. But we hit with the boys team like in the summer, like all of our summer practices is combined. But during the fall, not really, because like there's Mitchell rules and stuff about what the boys can do with us.
Okay, so what's next? I know you're hoping to play college tennis, correct?
Yeah.
And you've got your eyes set on a particular school right now, but you're open to other things, right?
Right.
What are you looking for in college other than tennis? Like what are you doing there?
Yeah, so I want to become a physical therapist, and so to be a physical therapist, you have to get your doctorate of physical therapy, and so I'm really wanting to go to a school where I have my undergrad and my doctorate program at the same school, so I don't have to transfer after a couple of years.
Cool. So obviously, tennis is a grind. You're constantly playing pretty much all year, right?
Yeah, I do.
Gotcha. Parents are probably a big help and big support. You've mentioned Coach Crowell multiple times, but tell us about your parents.
Yeah, they're great. They take me to every practice I want to go to. I drag my mom all over the country to play tennis tournaments with me because, but Lebanon, Missouri doesn't have a whole lot of tennis tournaments during the winter. But so I drag her to Kansas City with me like once or twice a month. And, they're great.
So you will be playing a little tennis this off season leading up to hopefully spring, and that's maybe when you'll have an idea of what's next?
Yeah, I will be.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Explain tennis to me. You mentioned deuce earlier.
Yeah.
What am I like? The only tennis terms I really know are like deuce and love. What do those each mean?
Okay, so when you're playing a match, so most high school matches you play 1 set to 8, like that's what your regular season is. At state we play 2 sets to 6, and so in a set you play 8 games. And so a game, you have to win the game by 2 points. So the scoring goes, like if I win it starts at love all, and then I'll win the first point. So I'm up 15 love, and then you win the next point, so it's 15 all. And then if I win the next point, it's 30-15, and then 40-15. And then say you come back and like win the next 2 points, and it's deuce.
Okay.
And so if you play with add, then it would be, and I win the next point, it'd be add in, and then I win the next point, and I just win the game.
Okay.
But if you play without add, then it's deuce, and whoever wins that point wins the game. And so you have to win 8 games to win the set.
Okay, and then there you play 3 sets. Or how many sets do you play?
We played 2 sets. Most of the time we play best 2 out of 3 sets. But that's only at like state and districts. The regular season, we don't do that because, we play like a match every day. So doing that on top of that would be insane.
I gotcha. So we made it through senior year. You mentioned, tell me how it felt at the end. You felt like you accomplished your goals. You mentioned earlier that it was not as emotional maybe as you expected. Is that correct?
Yeah, I kind of thought I'd be a little sadder about it, but I think because like I went out like achieving what I wanted to achieve, I think I was like kind of content with it. Like that's what I wanted to do, and I did it. So,
well, do you have any advice for the younger tennis players, kids coming up? Where, we probably have some junior high kids watching this. Middle school, I guess, is what we're supposed to say. We don't have junior high anymore. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
We had junior high. So any advice you can give to them? What about, how can you take that kid that's on the fence about tennis or being an athlete or being in a sport? Like what kind of stuff can you share with them?
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, just hard work is the main thing, I think, because I mean, I went into my freshman year being pretty average for like just first starting to play. And then by my sophomore year, I was number 1. I qualified for state. And I think that was a testament to just how far hard work can get you. Because, I mean, I played sports all my life, but I wouldn't say I'm like super athletic or anything. Like, I feel like I'm just pretty average in that. And so I think it's a testament to how far hard work can get you. And I think if you're on the fence about something, I think you should just go for it, because you're never going to regret like joining a team or becoming like, you're never going to regret that. So I think you should always just try and go for it. Because if you don't like it, it's only like 2 months. Like,
It's only 2 months. Yeah.
it's not that long.
Well, good. Well, anything else you want to share before we go? Anybody you want to thank? Any friends, teammates? I know you're good friends with my friend Maple.
Yeah, I am good friends with Maple.
Opal and the jet ski.
Yeah.
I can't say their names. So, but we appreciate you being on. Hopefully we put you in the spotlight a little bit and let folks kind of see a different side of a student athlete. And so thank you very much for doing it. It takes courage just to get on here and do this. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Best of luck going forward. And we always end these with Go Jackets.
Yeah, go Jackets.
You shouldn't have to give up the hometown bank experience to enjoy modern convenience. Just check our Google reviews about our in-person, online, and mobile banking experiences. Open an account in minutes today.
Welcome to Jacket Talk on LEB TV.